Oops.
Previously
More menuing
during
than
the
I thought.
investigation, these puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks.
Puppies.
I
Can't believe those puppies would make me go to another town in the boondocks again. What time is it? 30 in the morning. Got so much. We got nothing but time. Polly.
hi.
I'm gonna buy bullets from this grandma. I have fishing rod. That seems like that'll be important. Sorry, was that $100 for 6 worms? I just noticed. Run a racket, Polly. What is that? Go around and do fishing. Fishing for information. Hey, what's going on in here? Hey. York, you looked in a window. Here's 16 bucks. Sorry, Polly, I'm fucking up your fence. Official FBI business. I kicked that cone through the fence. Yes, this cone is now my partner. Move over, George. Cone friend gets to ride shotgun. Why are there so many barricades? Ollie, what are you hiding? I appreciate that the sun has, like, lines coming off of it. Alright. Good fishing, York. Locked. Phone friend, do you know about the locked door? Oh. Locked anymore. Oh, sick of. For a second I thought we had sick first-person ladder climbing. More worms! Boat in there. Where the boat at, Polly? Try fishing here. This seems like a better fishing spot than... Or not. Not is also an answer. I tried. Yo, York. Well, seems to be this. No, that's not a real door. Nice. Really nice hotel. Oh man, this hotel's got a swing set. York, sit on the swing set. Bad. I get in there. Want that agent on her. Oh, I get in there. Probably. Aha! Agent York is a puzzle solver. Where have we sent house? Go to the bank. Yes. Appears to be a card there. Answers very carefully. Oh, okay.
Okay, Zach. I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next.
What movie do you want to watch next, York?
It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie, but I've put a lot of thought into this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975. Directed by Steven Spielberg himself. The grandfather of panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for
no,
years.
Jaws.
I was always afraid that a hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah? It's Jaws. The underwater camera work, accompanied by that John Williams music. I'd never been that scared by a movie before. But the best thing about it is that it isn't just another panic movie. The mayor who won't close the beach even when there are so many victims. Chief Brody putting the citizens' lives above all else. The film gave a lot of time to the dispute and friction between them. It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit. One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then. But still, I wanted to taste that terror in real time.
Don't taste the terror, York.
Did you know this one? Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg. The second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who later made Forrest Gump. That's also a masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss that another time.
That's for a different time.
So the scene where Jaws appears is right after Marty McFly goes 30 years into the future. He passes by a
Jaws
movie
like
theater
58.
and is attacked by a holographic shark. Marty is shocked, of course, but looking closer, he sees the words, Jaws Part 19. The director is credited as Steven Spielberg Jr. In reality, there were actually only 4 Jaws movies. It was still a great joke. 30 years from 1985 would be 2015. We'll be there pretty soon.
Yep, we'll be there.
Be like by then, Zach.
Oh, it's... Oh, you know... Not that much different. Not want to start the raid. That was where. Let's see. All right. Room. Versus. Like. That's a big red tree. It's not suspicious at all. What's going on over here? Police station with the big red tree? Oh, I wonder what's going on over here. Look at that man. Bank. Shouldn't try and rob a bank, Zach. Diner closed. It's like 8 a.m. 7 a.m. Oh, it's not. Go in here. Why was that so dramatic? Hash market bros. Rock and Roll Night featuring Michael Cera from Twin Peaks The Return. I mean, not that. Oh man, there's another Mash Market Bros on the same streets. Where was Galaxy? This is the way I would like to go. House. Why is it pink? Nope. It's no one's house. That's whose house it is. That's a, hey, you're not supposed to be here yet. Plot hasn't gotten here yet. Oh yeah, I found $5. Found $15. Doggy. Jesus.
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case, but shouldn't I let someone know?
Probably. Dog, do you know anything about the human bone? Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Like a tiny Doberman. Also, who's just leaving all this $5 everywhere? Needs to just go back to the big road, which is really not remotely where I would like to be going. Birds into the hills. To $5. Running on the dirt path noise. Not great. Oh, freedom. Carol and Fiona all live in roughly the same area. Uh, oh, let's besides back that way. And a bear. Uh, this map seems both large and small. Moderately impressive. Okay. I feel like I maybe did not sleep long enough. I don't know where the side quests be. York, stealing people's mail is a federal offense. Come on. You know this. Stealing your mail, whoever lives here. Who lives here? Mail bullets. Suspect. Hey. Hey, did you know you had bullets in the mail? Nice room you got. You have 3 of the same type of chair. Lamp's kind of small. Anyway, see you at like 3 o'clock. Later, buddy. Oh, cool. I'm glad that my car teleported over here. It's very useful. I want to go think. Oh, I so wish you could zoom this out a little more. That way. Not here. That's a place. Okay, I want to 180, get over to the main road, and then just go. Oh, one more point. There we go. We're driving.
Nothing. Just my imagination.
What? No, tell me about movies, though. Is this the main road that I was wanting to go to? No. Maybe. Oh, maps. Who came up with them? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Nothing. I feel like I 180 the wrong way. Oh no. Oh, wait. Well, that's not the thing that I thought I was going towards, but go that way. If I can find myself again. Okay. Go this way. Hello.
Took me a little while, but I got there.
You've gotten to me being very lost, so I mean, what else
Oh,
is
good.
new? But okay, I think I want to go straight down this road for a while.
I would ask you what you're trying to find, but that won't help either of us.
Trying to find these bones on the map because I found a bone and it's
Oh
like
no.
there was a hand.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like those are important, and because they're one of the like 3 things marked on the map at the moment.
I feel like, I don't remember if it was the Endurance run or the Best Friends playthrough. It was a long, involved sequence of trying to find all these stupid bones.
This bodes well.
It's going to be a good time. It's a great time to talk about terrible movies.
Yeah.
Seen any lately?
I haven't. I've been meaning to
Aw.
watch the Eurovision.
Dang. What was the last movie York talked about?
Jaws.
What are your thoughts on Jaws?
I've never seen Jaws.
I saw it when I was very young. I don't remember if it was Jaws 1 or Jaws 2, but I remember a part where someone is scuba diving and like a skeleton floats at them, and I got super freaked out by that as a child. That's basically my whole experience with Jaws, is remembering that one scene as a kid. Oh, and I don't remember if it was Jaws 2 or 3, but one of those movies starts with like a shot of a family flying on a plane, and there's like a shark fin following the plane overseas or some shit.
That's
Like, because the shark is hunting the family on the plane to get revenge on them. So they just have the family, like, flying overseas to Europe or whatever on a plane, and you just see a shark fin in the water below.
That's kind of great.
How did the shark know they were on the plane?
Used its shark senses. Hey, look, it's the Swery 65.
The shark selected revenge as its quest objective, and there was just a marker on the plane.
Yes.
He's like, alright, got him.
I would go drinking at a place called the Swery 65.
You would. That's where you want to acquire your permanent liver damage.
Yep.
Be told by your doctor that you're not allowed to drink anymore. And then, like, a month later, post a picture from a bar that's like, the doctor said I was good to go. It's like, god damn it.
It's fine.
Is it?
No.
I feel like... On the plus side, I haven't seen the updates about Swery's drinking. So maybe he's, you know, laying off a little bit.
He's scaling back. No longer the Dring King, but, you know, the Drin Prince.
The drink Jack.
Yep.
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case, but shouldn't I let someone know?
Also, this, like, dog model is so cute, because it's very clearly supposed to be a much bigger dog, but they made it super tiny. And it's adorable. Look at him. When the screen catches up.
Just a whole ass arm bone.
Yeah.
Is Greenvale located in Aruba?
The Pacific Northwest Isle of Aruba.
Aw, that is an adorable doggy.
It's so tiny. This is gonna be a sentence that you're gonna go, oh, of course this makes sense, but, you know, Deadly Premonition. I saw a lot of bone icons near a graveyard, and now I can't find the graveyard. Because I don't know if you know this, but this map is terrible.
It's not great.
Oh, wait, there we go. I can use the R2 and the L1 button to cycle between areas.
Oh, useful.
Oh, but now I have to figure out how to get there. Where am I? I was near Swery. Okay, there I am. I go down. There we go. There's the graveyard. Gotta go. Okay. Go out, turn right, go straight down, turn left, right. Okay. He also did talk about Back to the Future. I've seen those movies. I'm not entirely, I don't know, bad at movies.
Back to the Future falls in the same window for me as things like Bill and Ted, where it's like just on the cusp of memory. I know that I've seen them. I remember brief bits of them, but I could not tell you a ton about them. Most of what I know about those movies, I don't remember from seeing those movies. I remember from just later, encountering them later in life.
Oh, that was not the right way to do that. Video
For a
game.
second, because of the way the ground texture works, I thought your car was flying.
These ground textures are maybe not the greatest. Okay, this is not the way I want to go. Left up here. And right. But I appreciate that the little talk prompt showed up and I hit it and York started whistling. But the audio equipment was very clearly not set up to accept whistling. So it sounded terrible. Turn you off. Oh, hey, look, it's a red tree. That probably isn't important. Where are we at? Oh, it's a red tree near George's house. What? That's totally not gonna come up later.
Yeah, why would it?
Why would this be? There's also a card here. What do the cards do? Are they just a collectible?
I don't know. Oh, they're for the secret card battle minigame you can engage in with all the residents of Greenvale. Didn't you know?
For the triple triad?
Yeah. I mean, I joke, but also that does seem like a thing that would be in the game, honestly. If they had had more time and more of a budget, you could bet Swery would have half-assed it in there. Like every other system, they kind of got into the game.
You're not wrong. You ready for skateboarding, though?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, driving physics.
I'm looking to see if the cards do anything.
Give you $200, so I mean that's pretty good.
As far as I can tell, they don't give you anything.
Besides $200.
Here's a card for liquefied food. There's a card for Gina as a sponge.
Uh-huh.
There's a card for Swery.
That's great. Does video game Swery run in-game Swery 65?
No.
That's...
I forget, can you flip a car in this game? Because you came damn close a few
came
minutes ago.
very close.
If you can flip it, I'd like to see it.
I would like to see if it's like Halo, where you flip a car and then you get out and you just press a button and it spins through the air.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today.
Set
Just
that vehicle
think of
right
talking
side
in
up.
front of all those people. What do you
Set
think,
this
Zach?
vehicle right side up,
It's
Zach.
going to get fun.
Stealing Agent Honor from the dead.
They don't need their honor where they're going.
Boy, this doesn't look ominous whatsoever. Ah! Look at this fucking door. Oh. Oh, I can't get in there because they don't have fucking chain cutters. Oh, video. I think there was another one that I can probably get to. Down this path and going. I think there's something suspicious at the graveyard, by the way. I'm no expert, but this doesn't seem on the up and up.
I tried to give myself ops in chat, and I was like, oh, right.
I can fix that.
Oh, I can too.
Oh, well, I got Gravity, you got Xenobot.
Yes, the power is mine.
Now it's time for him to boot us all out of the room.
Yeah. I think we got that out of our system some time ago.
Yeah,
Thank God. Those were dark times.
we don't talk about those times.
Except for right now, where we're talking about those times.
Ha!
Yeah, what's up?
Good quote, Xenobot.
Who will eat and who will be eaten? Talking about bug snacks.
God damn it! I was just gonna say I want a picture of that quote over like a picture of Alex Jones screaming into a headset now.
Yeah. Man. I haven't changed the message of the day from "we will not eat our neighbors" because that was some great stuff.
I mean, we probably won't. Although apparently I'm on lockdown here until at least Friday, so I might have to eat my neighbors. That's just how this goes.
Fair enough.
I got a hip
Human
bone. Someone has
So
already
you
have
eaten
to
their
do
neighbors,
survives,
clearly.
But shouldn't I let
So is
someone
your
know?
business still open, or
Oh, yeah.
they still want you to come in? Wow.
But the doctor said hang out till Friday, call them, make sure everything's cool, and if everything's still cool, I can go back on Saturday.
All right then.
She said they would have just gone for an actual, like, COVID test to make sure, but apparently the state has decided not to test anyone else for COVID for a while. They've put a moratorium on testing for a while.
Oh, you know what they say: less testing, less COVID.
Yep.
Good job, Texas.
The actual reason appears to be that because they opened up testing, or like they've more opened up testing recently, everyone was like, hey, I kind of want to get tested, which caused all of the labs to be actually packed full and backed up for like the next 2 weeks with the tests they've already got.
Oh, okay.
So they have stopped anyone from receiving any more samples or tests so that they can get rid of the backlog they have and then test later.
Gotcha. So it's
Which is
not
funny
really-
because that just means that more people will be trying to test later who have just tested now, and 2 weeks from now they will want another one. But hey, whatever. This is the crazy messed up world we live in now.
Unlike the crazy messed up world of Deadly Premonition,
Yeah.
where you just find
crazy in a very different way.
Agent Honor flying around in the woods.
I could go for some Agent Honor. See, I don't get paid for shaving, and I find that upsetting.
I forget. Does Stinky Agent cause you to lose money or gain money?
Stinky Agent causes you to lose money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess that makes sense.
Which is funny, just because it's another one of those. Is this York self-reporting? Just, you know,
He's like, oh yeah, I reeked today, by the way.
like, man, you gotta step it up, York.
It's like Final Fantasy VIII, where you can be like escaping from jail, and all of a sudden they pay you your stipend. It's like, what? How? Where?
It's okay, it's
Yeah.
direct deposit.
Yep. The omniscient money people of Final Fantasy VIII.
I feel like that is not
Not even-
not on the top 10 list of problems with Final Fantasy VIII.
It's not, but it's funny.
Cool train. Look at this tiny train car. That's adorable. Eastern Caravan Lumber Company? And something lumber company. Whoop.
Oh, also, for the record, I did go ahead and break it down and buy one of the Earth Defense Force games. I went for Iron Rain because it apparently not a great one, but it has one.
Makes sense.
It's okay. It's okay, but there was one very peculiar thing that I noticed, which is the team's vaguely Eastern European accented doctor, who is just named Dr. Mengele. And I feel like they maybe could have gone with literally any other name for that doctor, or any other accent, really. Either of those things being different would probably help a lot.
Probably. Oh, Japan.
Aside from that, it's okay.
Actually, is Iron Rain the one that isn't made in Japan?
I know it's made by, like, different people, but I don't know who actually made it. I would not be shocked to find out that it was not made in Japan, I will say that much. Let me see.
I forget my EDF.
Developer Ukes.
Okay. So no, it is very Japanese.
Yes.
Makers of Evil Zone.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was all downhill from there. Oh, nice, a sternum.
I mean, really, life has been downhill since Evil
A
Zone.
human bone? This doesn't look related to the case.
I don't know if I can get behind the
Should let
pinnacle
someone
of
know.
human civilization being Evil
Yes.
Zone, but
I'm not just talking human civilization, really the pinnacle of existence. It's basically you can chart a direct course from nothingness to Big Bang to development of Evil Zone, and then back down to the heat death of the universe. That is just most of a sternum.
it's like also a rib cage.
I'm shocked this quest doesn't end with you assembling those pieces into a body that then reanimates and becomes a sidekick.
That'd be pretty good. I know it's not the same people, but like you put those bones together and it just becomes Uncle Death from Let It Die.
You put those bones together and it summons Dracula.
You now possess
Gotta whip his
Dracula's
ass.
rib.
You possess Dracula's sternum and most of a rib cage. I like the idea of trying to resurrect Dracula before you have all the pieces, so he's just all fucked up. It's like, yeah, I didn't give you your legs back. Fuck you. Now it's gonna be super easy to win this boss fight. Now I'm just thinking of that time that MJF ran up and started kicking a legless wrestler in the ring and yelling Lieutenant Dan at him.
That happens.
Lieutenant Dan, you don't have any legs. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up thing to do. MJF is a bad person.
20.
In kayfabe. Did you see the latest Being the Elite, by the way?
I have not.
Okay.
Is it a thing?
Would you
that
be
I should-
interested? Would you be interested in hearing a Mr. Brody Lee, the Exalted One, throwing papers at people and angrily screaming cowboy shit?
That sounds pretty good.
If that sounds like a thing you want to see, you should maybe watch the Being the Elite.
That sounds like a thing I should do.
Did you see the one before that with the 40,000
Yes.
emails? Okay, yes.
Apparently, that was also like they had some email set up for the Dark Order stuff, and it apparently actually got like weirdly fucked up, and they had 40,000 emails and they couldn't get through them. Like that actually happened. Whoops. I was not paying attention to my stamina meter here.
My phone is losing it.
We're just gonna stand on these train tracks and hope a train doesn't come in.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen if it does?
To recollect all these bones.
That would be bad. You should probably avoid that.
Oh shit, it's oh, look at that deer! That deer that is animated. Get over here, deer. Oh, that deer phased out of existence. I wish this game... This is asking a lot here. But I kind of wish it had, like, the Metal Gear Solid 2 stamina thing. Or the Twin Snake stamina thing. Or, like, you run and then you level up to level 2 stamina so you can run a little more. Need level 3 stamina. I think that was an MGS2 thing, right? I know it was in Twin Snakes.
What was an MGS2 thing?
Where like Raiden had stamina levels, and you'd do like pull-ups, and you'd increase your stamina so you could hang from things longer.
That sounds like an MGS2 thing for sure, because I don't even remember that from MGS3.
It was not in MGS3 because I don't think they had.
Yeah, the stamina thing was definitely an MGS2. Snake and Raiden both had their hanging and their pull-ups and whatnot.
There's a lot of stupid bullshit in MGS3, but they didn't have that.
The Cure system.
I mean, really, if we're talking about things that need to come back, we really just need to bring back transfarring. Remember transfarring?
Yeah, of course.
I do.
I remember taking around a TV and a gas generator in a car and getting kicked out of the
Getting
gas
kicked
station.
out of the mart.
Yeah.
Do you think that was like the strike one of Kojima at Konami? There's like, hey, I'm
doing that.
gonna get Mega
Thing with Mega
64 to talk to them about my new save data transfer stuff. And Konami was like, "You're calling it what now?"
I'll tell you this,
They cared at all.
I absolutely refuse to believe... If that was a strike, I refuse to believe that was strike one.
Yeah, because what about like all the weird names that he gave, like his special editions, the subsistences, and the.
Well, they were fine with that. See, that just makes sense.
Also, is Konami in any position to complain about transferring? We all saw that press conference. Konami had its own problems, unrelated to Kojima. Like, if transferring was a strike, then what was "you will be sucked"?
Zach, we can take a rest.
I do not remember you will be sucked.
That was the 99 Nights thing.
Press the XXX and the YYY.
If you press the XXX and the YYY, you will be sucked. Because 99 Nights 2 is an extreme action game.
Oh. Good to know.
Is 99 Nights 2 also just Dynasty Warriors? Like,
I think
probably,
so.
right? Yeah.
Probably. Man, I haven't thought about 99 Nights in forever.
I have
I
a
forgot
copy.
that was a series that existed.
I have a copy of 99 Nights sitting behind me that I thought
Oh,
about
shit.
streaming at one point, and then I played the opening, and I was like, absolutely
nah.
not. Because I found it at a store for like 99 cents, ironically. And I was like, how bad could it be? The answer is pretty bad. Because, like, when you have less, like, combat depth than Dynasty Warriors, I feel like you have a problem.
So, where shall we go next?
We're gonna go over to this tree place so we can get another bone. I did not realize how slow this time actually went. I thought I would have enough time to like do like 2 or 3 things, and then be time for the next story thing where you meet all the townspeople.
No, this is basically just going to be most of the stream, I feel.
You're not wrong.
Well, you're an hour in, and how many bones do you have left to go?
I don't know. And one of them I can't get.
Oh, right.
Because it's behind a big old
Yeah,
chain.
the fence in the graveyard.
It's not suspicious at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. Everything back there is fine.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so I feel like there was something where you can totally get in there by just, like, there's like a certain civilian or something who goes to that part of the graveyard, and you just follow him and join the meetup. Maybe? I could be totally wrong on that. I'll need to get
Right foot.
A human.
Really more of a thigh than a foot.
how
Or-
to get into the locked graveyard area.
Shouldn't I let someone know?
Oh. Apparently you just go around the back.
Oh. Shit.
I thought you had to like go there at a specific time and somebody would open the gate or something like that, but I just googled it and somebody was like, "Oh, you just follow the path that goes around the back."
Unfortunately, my car is almost out of gas, which is a problem.
It's okay, just walk back.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Can't you like call for a gas refill or something?
I think maybe at some point
Okay.
I have these flares.
Right,
that
yeah, I think there's a side quest. Oh, I think it's like a side quest or something for George. He gives you a walkie-talkie you use to call for a car or something.
I think the
Or
walkie.
some
if you
nonsense
do,
like that.
That side quest chain, you can just teleport anywhere.
Yeah,
instantly.
that's the
Oh,
there's
okay.
the walkie-talkie that's like fast travel that I should probably
Okay, that's what I was
like
thinking of.
do.
But yeah.
You should
Eh.
you should probably do me like
I
a big
mean-
old favor and look up how to start that
Mm-hmm.
because you're a really good friend.
Ugh. Alright, let's see here. Complete the nameless flower side quest. Did you pick up a flower on the way to the lumber mill?
Zach, we can
No.
take a rest if you're tired.
Oh, you fool!
Am I fucked?
No, we have to wait for it to rain.
Well, they wouldn't let me out of the car on the way to the lumber mill.
According to this, you can get it on the way to the lumber mill. It just makes George and Ellie mad.
Oh,
Maybe you just have to be more persistent about trying to get out of the car.
maybe. Because there's the lumber mill. Where is... that gas station?
Apparently, when it rains, if you check the map, you will see a flower icon.
Okay. And then just...
Pick one of those up, and then later on, when you get that side quest, you can turn it in, I think. Cool.
Where's the gas station? Thought it was over here, but it's not. Down here somewhere? Oh. There's a bone. Well, let's go to the lumber mill, I guess, and then try out one of those flares in case things go really bad.
I like to think about that from the perspective of, like, the townsfolk, of like, hey, this FBI agent came to town to help out. And then just cut to him getting lost on a back road and firing emergency flares up in the sky. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is the guy who's here to solve the murder.
It'd be like if I was there to solve the murder and just getting lost all the time.
This is like looking into your future.
Oh no.
Next Deadly Premonition, bizarrely set in the middle of Tennessee. A place called Crooksville.
I could see that happening.
Nothing. Just my imagination.
Talk about more movies. Oh, that's not a good. You're low on fuel noise. I don't think I'm even gonna make it to the lumber mill. Assuming I went the right direction, which I think I did. It's always a dangerous statement to make. I think I'm going the right way.
You say once before slipping out of bounds.
Basically. Three. Two. One. Oh god. Not a good use of my last percent of fuel. Zero. Well, there we go. I lost money for that. I do appreciate that it's like Animal Crossing, where, like, every hour it'll make the bells ding. Deadly Premonition, a lot like Animal Crossing, turns out.
Yeah. Don't want to know what happens if you try to change the clock.
You reset, George just shows up out of the ground.
Just erupts from the earth.
Like, you're under arrest for crimes of resetting the game without saving, Agent Morgan.
Time crime.
It's gonna be the name of my skateboarding detective game, because it also involves time travel. It's time crime.
Also, is 99 Nights like an Xbox exclusive type of thing or something?
I believe it is.
Okay. I was curious, so I went to see if it was like on sale on Steam or something. The dark secret is that every time I hear that something is basically just Dynasty Warriors, I get kind of curious and want to play it. I actually really wish the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games were available on Steam, because that second Dynasty Warriors Gundam game was actually surprisingly good.
Speaking of Steam,
Well-
has your new computer been treating you all right since that one weird thing?
Oh
at the
yeah,
beginning?
there was that one first day where it had this super hard crash, and aside from that, it's worked perfectly.
Okay, that's great, because yeah, you deserve a computer that works, because you've had, your share of troubles in that department.
Yeah, well, I mean, the computer you sent me worked fine for a while.
Okay, that's good.
They have the
I mean,
Yeah,
skull.
like that
bad
one
about it,
was-
so that makes me feel less
Nah.
bad
A
about
human
charging you
bone.
money for it.
This
No,
doesn't
it was
look
fine.
related to the case.
Like, the one you sent me worked fine for a
Shouldn't
while,
someone
and the
know?
one that you sent second that I gave to my cousin, the only problem it has is the weird video card thing, and he doesn't really use it for most games. He doesn't play a lot of games that require a super heavy graphical thing, so
Okey-doke.
it's been pretty much fine. The only weird thing, honestly, is that for whatever reason, it refuses to run Darkest Dungeon.
Great.
Of all the things he's played on that computer that work, Darkest Dungeon, for whatever reason, just crashes every time. It refuses to work. We've both troubleshot that thing all to hell and back. We can't figure out why that game of all things is the one that won't work, but that is the one. And that might not even be like a hardware thing. That's probably more just some kind of weird installation nonsense or some random software incompatibility.
Yeah, some games don't work for weird-ass reasons, like Knights of Azure doesn't work on Ryzen processors because of some weird, like, 1-byte thing that you can change using a hex editor or downloading the patched executable, but otherwise it just crashes on boot on Ryzen's.
Huh.
And Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, I don't even know why that doesn't work for me, but it sure as hell doesn't. Another one that crashes on boot. PC gaming's great, except for when it isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I gotta go.
Hence why I'm playing this on PS3 and not PC.
I just now realized I need to start removing things from my Steam wish list that I got in the itch.io bundle.
Makes sense. That
But
was a big
also
bundle.
I don't even know what all I got from the itch.io bundle because I've never looked at the whole list because
That's
Jesus
a big
Christ.
bundle.
It's a big
Oh, it's
bundle.
big. It's a problem.
I spent like a couple hours going through it, and I preliminarily added a bunch of stuff to like the itch library or whatever, and then grouped them into I grouped them into the categories of these are things I am most interested in. These are things that seem interesting but could not be. I don't know. These are visual novels, and then these are things that I added but did not realize was a tabletop game.
Oh yeah, there were a few of those that turned out to be like a PDF file.
Yeah.
But there was
Tabletop
one.
games and just game assets, which are cool for people
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
are theoretically trying to make games like me.
I added a bunch of those as well, but I knew what those were because those were generally pretty clearly labeled.
Yeah.
Hey, cool, that flare refilled all my gas. Means I can desperately try to find Graveyard again.
The flare is for gas, what mushrooms are for batteries.
Pretty much. Oh, I think I just need to 180 and then I'm like basically there. I did not realize there was looping back around to talking about the giant itch bundle.
Yeah.
I did not realize there was a Kaiju Big Battle game. That was kind of interesting to find.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if there was anything in particular you found that you were into.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
I could pull up.
Oh, hey, Pico Niku was in the bundle.
Yeah,
I'm
there
looking
was
through it
that.
now, by the way. I just now saw that Pico Niku was a part of the bundle.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see. In my most likely to play collection that I made in that thing, Stillness of the Wind, which I think is like a really downbeat Harvest Moon type thing, like a farming type thing, but depressing,
Mm-hmm.
like farming. Glittermitten,
Oh, man. Mm-hmm.
Glittermitten Grove.
Sorry, continue.
Because that's got a
Oh, right,
secret.
yeah. Talking about frog fractions.
Yep. There's that Tonight We Riot game that seemed kind of interesting.
I downloaded that. I have not tried that.
Hey, we're back in the graveyard.
As I am slowly scrolling through this page, opening things up, going through each tab to look at them, and deciding whether or not to hit this download button.
And I liked the look of that Overland game that I think was like one of the big.
Oh yeah, I downloaded that and played the first couple of levels of that. Seems interesting. Well, UI, some of the stuff is a little bit confusing at first, but
There was a game in there called Once Upon a Crime in the West. So I mean,
so obviously you picked up that one.
yep. A Kaiju Big Battle game. I picked up one called Witch Thief because, again, like, hello. The Real Texas, I remember people liking when that came out, which is ironic because, you know.
Well, what's not to love?
Hey, hey.
Topic. I guess the Something Awful forums are changing ownership,
Probably for
Oh.
the best.
so those can continue to exist. I still have my place to go for infuriating political cartoons and the occasional Kelly.
Oh, I just want to point out that this game that I was looking at on the itch.io bundle has as one of the selling bullet points 2,000 plus mouth originated sound effects.
Hell is that?
It's a game called Hidden Folks, which is apparently like a Where's Waldo style hidden object game. It's all hand drawn.
I think
A
I
human
added
bone?
that somewhere.
This doesn't look related to
Oh,
me.
yep, there it is.
Shouldn't
It's
I
in
let
my-
That reminds me, one of the
Oh, sorry,
Good.
go ahead.
okay, one of the free sound packs from that bundle was like old man sounds.
I saw that. Oldman.og. Hidden Folks is in my second tier collection of. This seems like this might be neat, but I'm not, you know, the biggest into it. Includes things like called Retrace, with the tagline "Overcome death, save your friends, solve the mystery."
Nice.
That also sounds okay.
Escape
I-
from
there-
Kabagahara, that just kind of looked like it has a very World of Horror aesthetic.
I found a game on here just recently called Wheels of Aurelia.
That's really good, actually. I've
That
played
game looks really good automatically, and I was instantly like, that looks like a thing I need to download right now. So I've just got to open another. So that's the other thing that bugs me about this bundle. Would be super easy if it was not the case, which is whenever you open up the page for the actual thing to look at what it is, you can't just download it from that page
Yeah.
because it just gives you another buy now link, and it's like, but no, I already own this. Ah.
So among the things I downloaded, there was one or two Star Fox-ish things, and one of them sends off my virus scanner, and apparently that's a
Oh.
common problem. But the author, of course, claims that it's clean. We'll see how adventurous
Claims.
I'm feeling.
I think that's all the bones. I think there are only 7 bones. So my secret was I was reading a thing. It was like, collect the bones before this point. Very important.
Okay.
You gotta collect the bones so you can make that clown skeleton character from Chrono Cross.
Oh god.
I think Skelly was his name.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Me anything about Chrono Cross. The only thing I know is that it ruins Chrono Trigger.
Got good music though.
Make me mad. How many characters are in Chrono Cross?
There's like fucking 60-something characters or some nonsense like that, isn't there?
I think it's like 40. Yeah, you're not too far off in any case.
Like, I remember it being ridiculous.
There's this game in there called Demon Detective Racing Zero. And
Okay, we're both wrong. It's 45 playable characters.
Alright.
Yay.
Nothing. Just
But
my
the
imagination.
description said Penguin Party Racing at Mach 2. So, I mean,
That sounds good to me.
yep.
There was a series of 2 tabletop games that I thought were really funny that I downloaded, but it turned out they were both incredibly unfinished.
Whoops. I hope
And by
one of,
incredibly unfinished, I mean it was like a Google Doc.
I hope one of them is not the Visigoths versus Molgoths, because I saw that and thought it was a video game and
no.
got very excited, because that sounds hilarious. And it was like,
That
oh,
was
it's a
not
tabletop
one of
game.
them.
Shit.
It was not. Let me see. If I can find my way.
I'm looking at
Oh,
my-
actually, I'm gonna open that because it's pretty.
My folder of downloaded games, spookyghosts.com. I forget what that's supposed to be, but it has a good name.
That's on sale on Switch, and I saw that, and it was like, that's a great name. But also, things.com is a great name all the time.
Tom Clancy's
He's
what was it?
Ruthless.com!
Ruthless. Yeah.
This is completely unrelated to, like, anything, but my parents watched that 4th Die Hard movie recently. The one with Justin Long.
Oh.
It's about the Hackens. And apparently, I was doing some reading afterwards, and apparently that started out as not a Die Hard movie, but as a script that was called WorldWar3.com.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible. Also, sorry, random aside, back to the itch.io
Yeah.
bundle. This game called Blackheart that is described as, quote, a Carly Rae Jepsen-themed cultist tabletop RPG one-shot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
Oh, was the itch bundle why you were asking about playing cards at one point somewhat recently?
No, actually.
Okay.
It was unrelated to that. But...
There is a tabletop game in there that uses a deck of cards as its, like, dice rolls.
Mm-hmm. Now, there was one I had seen that used Uno cards as the dice rolls, and I thought that was really fascinating, so I was, like, looking into that, and then I started looking at why don't I have a deck of playing cards? I remedied that. I just bought a normal deck of playing cards.
They're
Nothing
useful.
flashy.
If anything, I have too many old decks of playing cards. I think I cleaned them up at one point, but I was, for some reason,
Oh.
accruing them.
I didn't realize Pyre was also in the itch.io bundle. That alone is worth literally whatever price they had put on that bundle.
Fire's really good.
Pyre is so good. It is the best Supergiant game.
Where is... I am so lost right now. Oh, I shouldn't have 180'd.
keep sending me bloodstained things. I guess this time it's a poster. All those backer rewards that, for whatever reason, are taking much longer than the game itself.
Don't know what this is, but it's called Rooftop Cop.
I
Sure.
added that, I believe.
Of course
I
you
think
did.
that's I think that's also like a couple things.
Yeah, it's like 5. It says 5 games plus 1 album.
I think that that is in my cool-looking experimental. Yeah,
Zach, is there
This one over
something
here
you
is just
wanna
called
check out?
Midnight
I need to be at the
Ultra.
community center by 1500 today. Just think
Oh, there's
of
Once Upon a
talking
Crime in the
front of all those
West.
people.
Helium
Exactly.
Rain.
It's going to get fun.
my
Not
categories are most likely to play interesting but maybe not, visual novels, game asset packs and stuff, tabletop games, and then cool-looking experimental nonsense.
Yeah. So as part of my Wii hacking stuff I've been doing, I downloaded the Strong Bads.
Those are very
the cool
good.
game for
Zach, there's a
for attractive
note on
people.
this dumbbell.
Yes,
Arnold. I haven't met
I
anyone
am.
by that
I
name yet.
support
Could it be the owner of this dumbbell?
that. Those are the best Telltale
What do you think,
games.
Zach?
Yeah, the Strong Bads and the Salmon Max and the Puzzle Agents.
Puzzle Agent made it to Wii.
No, not on Wii. I'm
Oh.
saying, what are the good Telltale games?
Yeah.
This is apparently a quote-unquote tabletop game called This Discord Has Ghosts in It.
I saw that.
Sure.
You play it entirely via Discord, where the people who are ghosts type and the people who are investigators speak. You
Nice.
jump between the different rooms in the Discord. So the ghosts go to different rooms and like start typing things, and the investigators have to go find stuff. Oh, that is a really cool idea. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that idea of using the Discord rooms as actual rooms for a tabletop thing. Let's see, what else was here? Open up some of these 1,000 tabs.
So this is also like everything off topic, but apparently Mike C did something at some point.
Oh?
And so he's part of the video game industry problematic people crew now.
Ah, okay. I was gonna ask, like, if I did something at some point, is that did he do a good thing or a bad thing? In this case, it is a bad thing. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been able to figure out what. It's just kind of like I've seen offhand references to it in tweets. I could probably dig deeper, but that's, disappointing for various reasons. It
Yeah.
always is. People should be better.
Iron Body.
I have searched on Twitter, and apparently it is just being creepy in people's DMs.
Okay. Well, still not good. At least it's not murder, because the second result for Mike Zamont in Google is police seek man in connection with each Chicago homicide. So
Oh, well, okay, to be fair, I can't say that he's not being sought by the police, but I mean...
it's a different spelling of Zamont.
It's probably
I-
fine.
I'm assuming he didn't kill
So,
someone in
what
Chicago in
exactly do you wanna talk
2019,
to
but
everyone about?
I don't know that
This
for a
case goes
fact.
deeper than you think. The townfolk may have heard about the murder, but they don't understand it. It's a very dangerous situation, and I need to
assuming
warn
his
them
name is
properly.
not
I
Angel
hope most of
Zamot.
them are decent enough to come.
No problem there. Emily has made all the
Look, people got all
arrangements.
kinds of
I've
weird
told
internet
everyone
aliases.
to gather around between 1500 and 1700.
Great. Reminds me of a film I saw recently. A town is under attack by aliens, and so the mayor calls all citizens to the town hall to warn them. However, seeing this, the aliens attack the hall and wipe them all out together.
Is that relevant, Agent York?
The way they kill is fantastic.
Someone made a game
Used a
called
combination
Cosmic
of
Rochambeau.
meat sauce for exploding heads. those aliens start firing their death rays and heads start popping, like splat. Really quite something.
Agent York, some of us are trying to eat here.
I know, Emily, I'm one of them. Well, anyway, your cooking is the best, Thomas. Thank you.
No problem.
George Slam. Man, I got paid for eating lunch.
God, that's the life.
Where'd George go? I'm gonna talk to him about his fucking dumbbells.
Man, I got no fucking clue what that Midnight Ultra game is, but holy shit, the art style on that is impressive.
George!
Oh, this is clearly like not great graphics with just a filter over it, but the filter over the not great graphics looks real good.
Oh yeah, there was a game in there called The World Begins With You, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of silly. I looked at it and was like, hmm. It's like, I see what you did there, but also, eh.
Why'd you leave the police office, George? God damn it.
I like that this other game called Shutter Stroll describes itself as a walking photography simulator.
That I grabbed that because
It's also this game called The Land of Glass that I like the look of. Because it's like a tabletop, or not tabletop, it's a collectible card game meets action RPG, but everything in the game looks like it's made out of stained glass.
that's cool. God, there's still 2 hours to kill before the story moves forward.
Radical Solitaire.
Yep, I grabbed that. You know I loves me some solitaire.
I know how much you love Solitaire, especially Spider Solitaire.
Oh yeah. At least regular solitaire is really good.
Yeah.
Go check out the Galaxy of Terror, because that's a great name for a place.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to hang out at the Galaxy of Terror? That's where I live my days.
Yep, okay, you really should not be whistling, York. Oh, the Galaxy of Terror is closed.
This game called Headliner that apparently is just about like approving and declining news articles.
I added that
And-
one.
It looks kind of interesting because I like the idea of just being like an absolute fucking scumbag and selling out super hard and just watching the world go to shit. I will do that.
I want to say that there are 2 of those games in there. Like, there's the first one and then a sequel.
Okay.
Because there's Headliner, and then there is Headliner Nova News. which is
Okay,
like
yeah, Nova News is the one I saw.
yeah, that one's in there first for some reason.
I say, hey, why not?
I also like that the Radical Solitaire tagline is never a bad deal, always a rad deal.
It's pretty good. Oh, yep, there's the Kaiju Big Battle thing.
Why is there angry dog noises coming from the Galaxy of Terror?
So don't worry about it. Palace of Woe.
Excuse me?
That's one of the names of the game. It's Palace of Woe.
That's where
Woe
I
is in
live.
as in unhappiness.
Yeah, I know. Where I figured. Didn't realize they made a game out of my house, but I'm bump.
Boom.
Try one of these races, I guess. I don't fucking know at this point.
Hellstar Squadron.
I could just go stand outside the visitor center and smoke, but smoking's bad for your health.
Man, speaking of games made about your life, here's one called Paranoid Hell.
Zach, you can take a rest if you're tired.
Forgiveness Escape Room.
Oh, shit.
Future Grind.
Gotta grind that future.
I was not expecting this type of music in Deadly Premonition.
It's a twin-stick shooter where all the enemies are fruit, called Resistance is Fruitile.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's pretty good. You
You
can't deny that that's pretty good.
It's pretty good, that's why I mentioned it. I wasn't gonna, and then I scrolled back up and explicitly brought it up, because that pun is good. Daily Chthonical supernatural detective game.
Huh.
Oh, look, there's Witch Thief.
That looked like a weird third-person shooter bullet hell thing.
Pendula Swing. Which I like mostly because there are flappers all over that game. I'm like, hell yeah. Let's see, scroll through this, find some of the things I'm going to close out, some I'm not going to close out.
Oh my god, how long is this race? Whoops. Hey. I know. Excuse me. I'm a cop. Taking part in an illegal street race. Oh, Jesus.
It's okay, it's for the greater good.
Yeah. Oh, shit, that's a fence. This is like back where I started, so I'm really hoping this is gonna be the last one. Yay!
Oh, there's the original headliner. And there's the real Texas. I've been looking for that.
Well, now you found it.
Tired of this fake ass Texas. Some random game called The Sealed Librarian, and it just says, "What can you save before the fire?"
Isn't that
And I'm just imagining
opening
now
in Tyranny?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just imagining, like, if I was actually a librarian, like, the whole building was burning down, and it's like I can only save a handful of books. What section do I go to, and what books do I save? That's actually an interesting question. I feel like I would make it my, like, on the one hand, there's books that probably should be saved for just, like, posterity, you know? Like, these things are important works. But on the other hand, there's a part of me that just wants to rescue the just worst shit I can find. Just to see people's reactions when it's like, this is all that made it out. It's like, what do you mean you managed to save nothing but, like, bad paperback romance novels?
It's all the world of gore.
The only thing you managed to save from the fire was a single copy of the rulebook for Fatal?
Ah! That's a fucking pull right there.
Honestly, I'm just amazed you got Fatal. That's a hell of a reference.
This.
Ah, speaking of games about life, The Guilt and the Shadow. Curse Island Adrift. And yet it moves.
I have that game. That's actually kind of interesting. I had that game before this bundle.
It seems interesting.
It's like everything looks like torn paper, and then it's like a platformer, but then you can hit the bumpers and you'll rotate the world.
So you've been thrown down a well.
Yeah, who hasn't?
Oh, hey, there's Oxenfree, another game that makes this bundle completely worth it.
Yeah.
The bundle's over now, I guess, but
Yeah.
Whatever. If you didn't buy this shit when you had a chance, what were you doing?
I appreciate that doing that race only took 15 minutes. We're just gonna go stand out front of the place we need to be and smoke for like 10 seconds, and then it'll probably be time for the story to move forward. Unless George is back at the... Nope.
Zach, if you notice anything, just stop me.
Oh, I was not supposed to turn there, I think.
Game about a haunted bed and breakfast. Don't mind if I do. Oh, hey, Godsend. I remember that tabletop. That was a really good one. Well, it was really interesting. Obviously, never got a chance to play it. The art in that was amazing, I'll tell you that much.
Sometimes that's, you know...
Gore Melee.
A cooking game?
Yeah. Oh, it's a game that just has 4 people positioned at different corners of the table fighting over all the food on the table. And it appears that you can, like, slap each other to try and take food away, so, you know. that is a thing.
Yeah, I know it's too
Zach,
early.
Emily arranged for people to come between 1500
This game
and
is just called
1700.
Where
We
is
can't do
Cat?
anything here right now. Let's
I
come back
added
at the right
that.
Play that. You play that game every day.
That's true.
An American Werewolf in LA.
There we go. Greenvale Community Center.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. Clock Tower's impressive too.
I love Clock Tower. Oh no, the community center's an endless black void.
Oh shit.
Do you like
Zach, I
Twin
haven't been on
Peaks?
stage like this since elementary school. I'm not some tree in the wind this time either. Well, that was a tough role. That was a piece of scenery.
It's okay.
Bright red tree.
Swear he's never seen it, so I mean,
Oh yeah, it's weird. He should. I feel
Yeah.
somehow I feel like it'd be a thing he'd be
Getting
into.
right down
Yeah.
to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice.
hey, there's that guy whose
Incidents like
room
these
I
have a tendency
glared
to
into at one point earlier this stream.
I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal
2001: A Space Felony.
incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places.
Direct cause of death. Loss of blood from wound.
Please, guide your
I
children
mean-
away from such places at all costs.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not.
Secondly, avoid
That's a good way to
going out
die,
when
isn't he?
it's
Really?
raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the Raincoat Killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
That lady's got stiletto heels.
Can't trust her. Can't trust her footwear.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Oh, that animation doesn't look quite right, but it's fine.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt.
So says that didn't rhyme.
Look, they can't all be hits.
When purple fog covers our town,
Okay,
we'll all
now it
wander in
rhymes.
Hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Alright, let's talk to people. Yeah.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Yes. The kids these days don't understand
Francis,
beat
you're
poetry.
The purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with
I would
Mr.
only
Stewart,
answer
may
you
that be
at 3:15 and 12 seconds.
so says Mr. Stewart.
1 second too early
So,
or
Harry,
1 second too late.
You know something. But there's
No,
some reason
not.
why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut
Sounds like
the
you're trying to make that
poetic
fucking
rubbish, Harry,
appointment.
and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and
And the deadly
premonitions.
premonitions.
Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
People... I really like that people just show up as suspect. Also, I'm stealing whoever's coffee this was. Oh, it's this guy. I remember this guy from the Best Friends playthrough. And
I'm
how much
FBI
they loved
Special
him.
Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
Went.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah.
And it was
Because
you!
local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you?
Timely.
But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quint.
How do you know
Only
my
trust
name?
your fists.
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
There's something
sorry
really
if I
funny to
was a little
me
harsh.
about I memorized
help, I
the
do.
name of everyone in town.
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you.
You never
how I
know who's
his
going to be
name.
important.
He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name.
Oh, also
I
he's
can read him
lying,
like a book, Zach.
Oh.
which is kind of funny also.
I was just going to say that'd be a really funny way to justify everyone just having their names visible over their heads whenever you walk by them.
You're York, right?
It's
I'm
like,
Richard
no, York
Dunn,
memorized
owner of the
everyone's
Darts
name.
Bar,
He knows.
Swery 65.
Oh, Richard Dunn owns Swery 65.
Hashtag bird
How'd you
secrets.
like the town?
Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town,
small town.
just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
Really appreciate this game
So,
is called Have You Heard About
How
the
did you know
Beast?
Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. Yeah, she always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about
This game
Sally?
is called You
Well,
Used
I
to
went
Be
off to school
Someone.
with her right here in town.
Woof.
I never thought our
That
children
just
would be the
hurts.
same age.
I don't see her here today.
Oh, well, see, she lost her
Okay, fuck
husband, and
off.
this time it's her daughter.
You don't know that.
She's at home right now, trying to make peace with her.
I've never been
You seem
anyone.
to know a lot.
Yep.
How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard.
My tiny scar is super cool. That's right,
Collecting
Richard.
gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
Nope, there's Usha and Fiona.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
That guy kind of looks like the guy from D4. Like the...
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
I think it was Peggy's
Real life
dad or
hero.
something.
So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man
Oh,
returns
like the
from war,
super
there's
old,
no
weird,
place to go.
Yeah.
evil Santa Claus looking guy?
Town.
Yeah.
Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that
I
a
might
problem?
be
I can see
going
it.
crazy.
I can see it a little bit.
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It
Apparently
is.
his name was Dr.
I'm
August
interested.
Oldman.
Can you tell me more about this?
You
Yeah,
kids
sure.
today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
I don't know about military history, York. Military ranks.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Call me York. Everyone does.
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Anna worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there
Except for
was
that one time that she was
thing.
acting
Well, you
super
see,
strange.
The diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna
Our sister
always
city
seemed
is Inaba
unfocused
over in
the day
Japan. Have you
after
heard of it, York?
and came in late. too.
Everything
It was
closes
almost
when it
as if She
rains.
used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Oh, you must be Nick. I looked in your house earlier. Got a weird stain on your knee.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
Oh no.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
One of the
about
games
Anna
on this
Brown.
bundle is called the Test Tube
Did you
Titans.
notice anything
Oh, dear.
strange about
And
her
one of
prior
these
to the
bullet
incident?
points is per limb control.
Nick,
Best played with a
are you
controller.
hiding something?
Like
No,
Torabash up in here.
You sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
And remember Torabash?
Yeah, that was fun. Just remember there was a time that I was trying to play that against my brother, and he somehow managed to rip his own head off and swing it at me.
I'm FBI
And that was pretty
Special
great.
Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around
Why
here
is
call
the
me
gun store called
Gunsmith.
Panda Bear? Also, that man looks like Don Cheadle.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Oh, he's just selling stuff.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come
You really
from all
don't,
around.
though. You just
The
have
other
a
day,
submachine
customer
gun.
paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be
Seattle,
sure to
well
visit
known
your
for
store
their
sometime.
love of guns.
I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
Those are weird hours, Panda Bear. Okay, we're gonna talk to this man because he is animating. Yeah!
Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
I'm a Tekken character.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's
Why
what
does
everyone
his shirt
calls me.
say back in the
York,
hole?
No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though.
Nobody
who
ever
wears
buy
one of
them, though.
I say just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours. Now that scar rocks.
It's
This
a really
scar
cool
rocks?
scar, man.
No, that's a new one.
Looks like
I'll
a
drop by
cat
your store
just
soon
got
and
up in
let's
your
talk
face,
then.
bro.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI.
Damn it. Who are you? He's just snapping along.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big
I've
city.
introduced myself to
The
5
Scar
people
trademark.
around you.
The way you introduce yourself, everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts. Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are
I
a funny
have
one.
never heard of that.
So have you
Is that a
noticed
thing? Do
anything
people leave the
strange
house
around
left
the
foot
place
first?
Well, Becky's
I've
been
never
taking
heard
a
of
couple
that.
of days off from
I
work,
have
but
never heard
aside
of
from
that.
that,
Also,
I
I'm
heard
back.
she was in shock
Yay!
after the murder. But
Oh
You think
no.
there's something else.
Oh no.
This game is called
Well,
What's a
I took the
Vaporwave?
boys
A
along to see
role-playing
her
game about
today.
explaining
She's
things to your
always
grandpa.
so kind to them, and they
Yay!
always love her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between
Really
just
good
the three of
concept.
them. I just couldn't
funny.
understand it.
I do enjoy that.
That's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
I'm basically already
Perhaps
there.
we should give
a lot of
Becky
times
a
they'll-
visit
something
tomorrow,
will just
Zach.
start. People will start using a phrase or something, and I'll be like, "What?"
My dad used the word stan the other day, and I had to panic.
Oh. I was gonna say, do you just lay down at that point? I feel like I would just go lay down.
Hey, do you like Twin Peaks?
It's okay.
Never seen it.
Remember that lady who just carried around a log and talked to it?
No. Wait, are there cops around? Because no. Is your lawyer here? My answer changes depending on whether or not your lawyer is here.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney.
This game is called Surreal
Now, what's
Estate.
the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting.
It's a really good name.
I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
Remember Alan Wake where there was the lamp lady, and then Twin Peaks where there's the log lady, and now we have, the pot lady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
good looking. Nice
I do.
speech.
The entire fucking gas station is just the dead or alive
And
zone.
Oh, I'm Gina.
Ma'am, button up
A
your
little-
pants.
He runs the gas station.
No.
Call me the Rose.
Literally
You look
impossible.
pretty revealing.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, you should see some of my other clothes. You?
I don't want to.
Oh, now you are cool.
You're married,
That
lady, and
scar
your
really is a
husband is
turn-on.
literally right there.
You should come to my station. I'll give you a little extra service.
That would be great. I can't believe how expensive gasoline is nowadays. Some extra service would be great. Now, about
Oh,
my current
York.
case. Do you have any information on Anna? Have you seen anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know. Talk to my hubby about the difficult stuff, okay?
This is getting us nowhere, Zach.
Mage against the machine.
Do I have to talk to the people whose name I already know? Someone somewhere.
I mean, you don't really have to talk to anybody.
Yeah, but I can't
Think
get out.
about it.
Oh, there's someone. Ghost Cowboy.
Good evening, Agent.
Brian the Insomniac.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper.
So I thought that was the guy you had
Mr.
to follow
Bryan.
in the graveyard thing, but
I like the retro look.
for some reason I remember. I
For
think he might go to the
grave on
graveyard
the prairie?
anyways at some point at night.
Anna.
I don't remember how that
Oh,
works.
she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it.
This game is
Were you
called You
close
Have
to
One
her?
Ability, the ability to fuck this up.
Anna. Her smile. So warm. Anna. Blonde hair. So bright.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it
We've
out.
been there, York. Thomas's sister, I'm stealing your cigarettes.
Oh, there's the old man sounds pack. The Atomic Robo Tabletop RPG.
it seems like I'm supposed to talk to everyone.
I've nothing to say to you.
I haven't asked you anything yet, Jack.
Shut it! I might open up if you introduce me to, I don't know, a Ben Franklin or two.
What a creature. Guess there's always someone like him in every town.
Okay, yes, you must talk to everyone within the theater. Well.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
No.
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the
They're
hotel.
gonna have another guest. Oh, that lady, she moves fast
Zach,
for
I
a
think
senior
she could
citizen.
embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
York is impressed at the old lady's ability to not answer questions. Oh, God. Okay. We gotta talk to Jim. We gotta talk to
thanks for your
Usha and
help in the
Fiona
forest.
and Carol.
How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their
And
grandpa.
we will call this a stream.
Well, I guess they do, son.
Well, you
I
found a
wanna
bunch of
keep
bones
them
and you
away
talked to
from the
everybody in
filth of the
town.
material world
I'd
as
say
much
that's
as I
accomplishing
can.
things.
Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of
We're
them
still
so often.
moving farther
That's why
than I
want you
have
to
ever been
solve
in this
case
video
quickly
game.
And go
Yeah.
home. Those
It's all
rumors about
uncharted
those
territory.
starvers do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to in order to do
Living
my job.
in a
But I
material
understand what
world.
you mean.
I am a material York.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Usha.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was the sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
As for everyone to be here,
And
gosh
I
darn
should
it.
probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Can't walk through Usha, gotta walk around Usha. Read any
Are you
more
getting
books
closer to
lately?
catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
Game.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Ah! Hi, Esha. Carol. Double smoking.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are
Only
you
10
saying she
pages
was
left of
killed
the
because
bundle.
she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Well, that's terrifying.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest. A goddess.
Bye, Carol. Oh, there we go. That's everybody.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Back in the hole. Like that man just dancing his way out. Alright. Let's see if I can... Well, it's gonna ask me to save, but I like finding another save point, you know? Just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Green tomato.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report too.
Contact HQ and save my game.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right then, let's do that.
Hold on, Agent York. We're
I'm going to
out
peek.
eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner. That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greendale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think?
Last 3 pages
Go
of the
back to
bundle.
the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
The bundle is truly an endurance run.
Space Hole 2016. You gotta go in the space hole.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now.
Thrust
This is
me.
the worst murder I've ever seen.
Oh dear,
Our
indeed.
town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful
I will
place.
do no such thing.
We had our fair
The
share
Guts
of
Plus
cases,
system.
but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn.
Poison
maybe?
for beginners.
Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor. Nothing more than that.
Agent York,
Space
what
madness.
kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Last
Not much
page.
different from
The
those
Colors
you
of
just
Magic.
mentioned.
It's the only thing on page 59.
The case I was on
I know
until
those.
last month. Well, the guy killed
Red,
7
green,
girls in a
blue.
3-month period.
Black, white.
Yeah.
He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up.
Yeah,
and
weirdly enough, I
used
think
them as
something is actually removed
utensils
from
in
that
his
bundle.
daily life.
Because it's also not in my library anymore, even though I downloaded
As a
it
urine
before.
cup.
Weird.
What was it?
He hated women.
It was, well, that's the thing, I couldn't remember the name
That
of it. It
was
was
his way
a
of dealing
tabletop RPG.
Ah.
He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum. Then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual.
So there were 2 tabletop
The question of his mental
RPGs,
state was
and
the
one of
biggest
them
point
was
of the
like
court
one of the
case.
narrative-based ones where it's like you play as 2 like characters basically going on a
For me,
date,
he was insane.
and the goal is to
100%.
like make rolls and draw cards and
Drinking from
whatnot
the
to
skulls.
basically describe
Well,
your whole
that is
relationship
one.
leading up to the end of the game, which is the first kiss.
But those he had
And then
used
someone
to
made a
leave
version of that is the same exact game and
used to
mechanics,
drink from.
but instead you're playing as 2 rivals
Yeah,
leading
that
up
was
to
too
your
much for
first
me.
duel.
It's just not sanitary.
And I just really
Not
like that concept
sanitary.
of like,
Uh,
there is the one game
that's
that is the
probably
romance
not the
version, and someone
problem
just
for most of
immediately
us.
very
What else?
easily translated those exact same mechanics
yes.
to the version about trying to stab
An
each other.
ingenious law school student raped
It's like it's a
over
complete
800
one-to-one transfer that works super well.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
You don't want to hear anymore?
No.
That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds
Question
like you
your
live in a
definition of
totally
good part,
different
York.
world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes
Spoken like a man with a big crime, if you know what I'm saying.
and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
That's your first mistake.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Sad Thomas.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night, then.
Jesus Christ, I have a lot of tabs open. It's a lot of stuff to download.
Ba-dum-bum.
But hey, I finally made it to the end of that bundle.
Hey! Alright. There is a save point right over here. Couple, actually. Well, let's save the video game and then hit the stop streaming.
All right.
Join us next time for more Deadly Premonition.
It'll probably be a good time.
It'll probably...
Maybe we'll talk about the game instead of just what's on the itch.io bundle.
Probably not. Do we ever talk about the video game?
Not. Rarely. Rarely.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Actually, one last thing. I like that it costs $1 to save, and then I get $24 for saving. That's it. Night, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody.